Welcome to the Local Wellness Network, where community, connection, and well-being come together. I'm Christy in Essex, and each week we bring you conversations with local and trusted wellness professionals who are making a real difference in the lives of individuals and families. Whether you're looking for solutions, inspiration, or resources to support your well-being journey, you're in the right place. Let's connect, learn, and grow together. Hi, I'm Christine Essex, and I want to welcome you to today's show. Our guest with us, and we'll see in just a moment, is Christy Lee Beckly from Huntington Beach. Hi, Christy.
Hey, good to see you. I missed you.
Oh, and I've known you since you were how old? Do you remember?
Yeah, 17.
I thought so. I was at home going, I've known her since she's a teenager, right? And I said, well, maybe, no, yeah. So I was right. My God.
Quite the time tunnel of 30 years.
Right? Well, you look wonderful. You know, you absolutely haven't aged. You just turned into a gorgeous woman. So I just feel blessed, and watching you grow up has been such a wonderful experience for me, and having you be part of the family is even better.
Oh, I love being a part of your family. You're definitely a major influence, positive influence, and made a huge impact in my life thus far. So this is exciting.
So here we are together doing this little adventure and supporting each other. And that, I think, is just the gift we give, right? It's part of what we do in general with the people that we know and love and the work that we do. So I want to make sure that we feature you and highlight you today in such a way that people get to know you and seek you out and want to work with you and support you in the ventures that you're doing. So I just want to ask you, is there anything right off the bat that you would like your title? What is your title?
So, reality architect and transformational guide or mentor.
Yes.
I mean, that title has come a long way, right? From Reiki master teacher and, you know, former healer, realizing that, you know, I'm a healer of myself. My whole journey has been learning how to heal myself and teaching others that they can do the same and guiding them through that process. And I think after all of these years, I mean, man, I started doing this work when I was 17 years old, and not too many people start that journey at 17. However, I did. You could say out of necessity, right? But I'm so grateful to have worked with the students and the people that I've worked with and the teachers, and it's just so interesting to learn all of this stuff and then teach it to other people and then watch them grow beyond you, you know? Right. And it's like, I can't remember the quote from Yoda, but I know there's one.
Right. And when it does come back to you, you're more than welcome to just say it, because that's how it works. As we age, you know, we think we remember, and then all of a sudden it's like a thought goes somewhere else, right? And you're like, and now I've just learned to let it go, and it will return when it's time. It's just floating around our head somewhere. So
it will come back at the perfect, most impactful moment.
Yes, I agree. I like that peacock behind you.
Thank you. That is, I keep the peacock around as a symbol of my mom.
Okay.
Who left us in 2013.
Right.
It was a huge part of my journey. So might get into that at some point today. Okay. You know, it's a symbol of one of the dark nights of the soul that I went through, one of the many. And I feel like as a transformational guide, that is my superpower, I guess, is being able to walk between worlds. And, you know, everyone wants an awakening. Everyone talks about having an awakening, a spiritual awakening. And if you haven't gone through it, I don't think you really know what you're asking for, right?
Right. Yeah, because open the door and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, and then it's like, where the heck am I?
Yes.
And I really feel like I've become a master of going through those dark nights of the soul and finding my way back out to the light and guiding people through that process. And, it's not ever just a one and done thing, right? It's a spiral.
Right. Right.
And after you go through one, there's probably going to be some more, and learning, so it's not important to just have a guide, right? Because you have to be able to learn how to go through those times on your own, because often you will be alone, and getting through that darkness to find the light again is rewarding and scary and really powerful once you've done it. I like to say, like, learning how, this is where intuitive guidance comes in. It's another thing that I offer. But really, like, I don't fortune tell. I don't tell people their future or any of that weird stuff. Like, teaching people how the universe speaks to them. And more importantly, not even just how the universe speaks to them, because it sounds really woo-woo, but learning how you interpret messages. Like, the meaning you give things is really important, and interpreting how, because, along your path, there's going to be ways that you interpret, and the meaning you give things that you save as a breadcrumb for later, right? Like, that's how you gain that intuitive trust and your ability to trust yourself and to navigate through those pathways. And then sometimes it's reorganizing or reconstructing the meaning that you give things, right? Like, nothing means anything except for the meaning we give it. So knowing that has been my guiding light. Like, at any point in time, just remembering, oh, I gave that meaning, and that's why this is showing itself to me. And then also being able to step back and read, like, okay, well, what are the thoughts going on in my brain as a reflection of that, right? There's so many layers of understanding how life is trying to guide you, or you know what I mean? Like, navigating through that. So,
Yeah. So along that path, the beautiful part that I've even been able to watch you through your life is that if you're on the right path, you can keep going. When you step off, to go back and find where you lost it and continue to move forward. And you've been a master at that.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes, it's not about just stepping off the wrong path and getting back on the right one. Sometimes it's being able to sit in that and ask yourself, like, how did I get here? Like, what's here for me? Because sometimes I've gone off on the wrong path and really hating it and feeling like it was the wrong thing. But after sometimes even years of realizing, like, oh, there were a lot of things that I needed to understand in that time. And so just always being on the right path is not, we're not perfect. And
no, I agree.
Like, life is life. Life keeps lifing. And people, like, we meet people, and we all have gifts to give and receive from each other. And so becoming just a master at, like, being okay with life. Like, it's like in 2019, we really decided, okay, we're going to move to the LA area. I didn't even know I was going to move to Huntington Beach, but I knew I wanted to move out of Seattle. I knew I was done with the dark and cold rain. I wanted to be at the sunshine, right?
Right.
And then the weirdness of COVID happened, and like from us committing to moving, which was a huge thing in itself, like convincing my husband to move away from Seattle was like, yay! And then I didn't get here until a year ago, right? There, like, a whole 3 lifetimes happened in between. Like, life happened in between that time. COVID, we started a whole nother life in Austin, Texas. We traveled the world. We lived in Peru and Colombia. And, so there's so much that happens between deciding you want something and setting a goal and then getting it. And, like, the process of getting there it's not about getting it. Like, getting here has not been as glorious yet as everything that happened in between. Like, who I became in between that and the times I shared with my family in the process of getting here and all that we had to work through was probably the more rewarding part so far, right? Like I just got here, so who knows what's going to happen. But I'm not saying I don't like it, but I love it here. But it's like, oh, now I'm here. I have to integrate all of the selves that I created in between the time I created this goal and the time I'm here. And so learning how to integrate everything about life is something that I guide people through. And so it's not a like, hey, let's have a session and I'm going to like buff you up and you're going to be better. It's really like a commitment to growth. And when I work with people, it is a commitment in that way. And not to say like I've had sessions when I first started doing Reiki, and I remember I worked on somebody that had been in a car crash.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I didn't know him. I was just asked by his parents to come and do some work on him because Nick knew them from his work or whatever. And he was in a coma. And, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll go. I'm going to go do Reiki on this guy that I don't know. And when he came out of the coma, he said there was like this moment that there was like this angel over me, like waving her hands. And his parents believe that that was me. And I'm like, well, you know, I don't think I was an angel or anything, but like, I don't know how he was taking that in. And like, he went on like the reason he was in that coma is because he had decided he was ending it. And he came out of that coma not. Right. And I know there's like a lot of more factors to like what made him choose back in. And obviously I don't feel like it was just me, but I got to be a part of that. And so I really think that it's amazing to help people restore their balance within themselves and their nervous system, and learning a lot about my nervous system and how, you know, trauma can affect us in so many ways. And like my therapists are awesome. Like I love working with therapists. And I feel like because I also know how to create balance within my own nervous system, and I've been practicing that for so long, it really adds to the work that I'm able to do and get out of the work I do with my therapists.
Yes, because you take those trauma, whatever it is, and turn them into the lessons that help you to integrate and continue, and then teach to others. Correct?
Yes.
And so that's how you would help people the most, right? Is a lot through your experience, your knowledge, and then your heart and your wisdom. And also, what do you love to do with your clients? Like, how do you, when you meet someone, right? How do you know that you are meant to work with them?
I know that I'm meant to work with somebody when I can see they have this creative spark. There's something that they want to create, whether it's a business, they want to write a book, they want to be an artist. They have something about them that they want to put out in the world. They have a vision that they want to enact, right? And so I know that like the first part usually is getting them, not getting them, but like working with them. And like what I see the most is when I first start working with people is they don't quite believe that it's possible. And they want it, but they don't know like how they're going to do it. And a lot of times, like even when I've worked with somebody for a long time and they're midway through creating it, it's always there. We're always digging in there and creating more belief in them. Like believing that they can make it happen, believing that they're worthy. And there's a lot of worthiness work that goes into what I do with people. And, you know, putting themselves out there, them owning that they have a voice and that they have a right to show up and use whatever resources they have, right? Whether it's their voice, whether it's how they look, whether it's like everything that makes them is important. And they deserve, even just like they have a right to like be the fullness of who they are. And so that's a lot of like throughout the journey, whether I'm working with somebody in Reiki or like teaching them to heal themselves, or helping them write their book or create their content, or put their sales funnel out there. Like it's all a matter of like where it breaks down every single time. And I know this because this is where it breaks down for me every single time, is believing in myself and having them believe in themselves that it's possible, that what they want and what they want to create, number one, that they're worthy of it, and number two, that it's possible.
Wow. That's
where the reality architect comes in, because I do believe that we're all architecting our own reality in every single moment, and whatever we believe is right.
Yeah. Because either way, like you said earlier, it's even if it's off a little bit, you're still learning from it, and then transforming it into the next level. Yes.
And even like this, like you're back, right? Like you kind of took a break from being out there, having a healing center, and then now it's bigger, right? Like, so it comes in waves. Everything moves like a wave until we collapse it into,
I love that,
particle, right? We collapse the reality into a particle, into like, this is going to be real right now.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm focusing on.
Perfect. So on your Reiki journey, right? Mm-hmm. How far did you go with that? Or, tell us a little bit more about how this is how you got into this, right? Was it through Reiki, or I know a couple other ways.
Well, I started my journey with PSI seminars and doing personal development work. And then through that, I met just all kinds of amazing people doing energy work. And then I was invited to take a Reiki class, and I started learning Reiki for self-healing. And I think at that time, I really wanted to heal my mom. I really wanted to heal my mom. My mom had mental illness and addiction issues. And that's just, my whole family was in, my dad, that's just wanted to heal myself. But I think I started it wanting to heal my mom. And I believe in a lot of ways that I did, just showing up in that energy and just healing myself and my family, and being the best that I could be for my brothers, and the best mom that I could be. And so, I don't know. I didn't prevent my mom from choosing to leave this earth, which was a terrible, terrible thing for me to get through. However, I learned a lot through that, and connected spiritually in ways that are hard to explain. I feel her here every day, and the gifts that I received as just being her daughter was healing for me. And so I know that, like, my connection with her, I know she's healed out there somewhere, even if it didn't look the way that I wanted it to look.
I love that.
So I started teaching Reiki.
Oh, you did? I was wondering what level you got to.
Oh, yeah. So I was teaching Reiki for several years. I started teaching in 2008. And, just small one person here and there, and then bigger classes. And then back to, one-on-one. I go back and forth. I teach one-on-one and I teach classes. It just depends on what I'm feeling in the moment and what I'm feeling called is needed for who I'm working with.
And that's basically energy work, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so when you're using that as a part of your toolbox, mm-hmm. we'll call it a part of your toolbox, how do you see it's evolving over time?
So when I first started, it was like this magical feeling that, I felt really inspired by. And for me, it was like I said, magical, right? Like, mm-hmm. And the more that I've learned, the more I'm like, oh, well, I'm doing breath work, and not to reduce the spiritual side of it at all, but like just tuning in and being present with my breath and my body, and present to the fact that our bodies are designed to heal themselves. Like that's what they're designed to do. Like throughout whatever, like even in fear-based situations, right? Like everything else shuts down so that we can survive. And we are designed to survive. We're not always designed to like go out and do whatever we want to do, the exciting thing, right? Like we have to get through a lot of biology.
Correct.
To go outside and make bigger things happen, because our brains are designed for us to survive. So using that technology of our brain and our body and just the technology of life in general, right? Life is life seeking.
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Life is life seeking, even if, you know, you're mold or you're fungus, right? Like, like we're designed to survive. And so just always remembering, like, no matter what, I don't have to look out every day and make sure that the sun is coming up in the morning. It's coming. And just like, so life is coming. And I can either ride the wave or I can be afraid of it. And a lot of times that energy that's coming through out there in life, like I have the ability to bring in more energy, or I can resist it. And that resistance is what causes us to feel sick and have anxiety. And that's what I've noticed for myself and for our clients. And that resistance to life is what makes us sick, because, you know, if our body is moving forward, if our energy is wanting to move forward and we're backing it up,
right,
all that resistance, all that like backup, you know,
the conflict, if you will,
constipated, that backup is going to create this colon cancer eventually, right? So
no, true. It's
so
all flow and process.
Moving that energy and staying in the flow is what Reiki has become to me.
Good.
And I love that I live right a mile from the beach, because you know, you see these surfers out there in the ocean, and it's just like life, you know, the big wave is coming, whether you like it or not.
Oh, that's a great metaphor, right?
And I
saw that.
When I feel overwhelmed, I remind myself of this. When I feel overwhelmed, most of the time, there's big energy coming. There's big energy. And it's scary, right? That's like the energy that most people go, oh, this, what I get myself into, this is too much. You know, I gotta run. But what happens if you're out there in the wave and you run from the wave?
Right?
It smacks you down.
Right.
It smacks you down and it has its way with you. But if you learn how to ride the wave, it's gonna take you right to the shore.
Wow, that is a great metaphor for an analogy to use in your practice.
Yeah.
I have a quick question on the dark night of the soul. Have you done a course? Have you created a course on that? Have you written a book on that with that title? Have you?
I would say I haven't done a course. You know, I've just done my own course, and getting through it. But I did write a book. It's called The Call of the Seamstress. Sorry, it's gonna be the first of 3 books. So I'm like, which one? I haven't written the rest of them. However, so the Seamstress is the books are based on my meeting with the seamstress, and the seamstress is the web weaver of all life. It's just like, you know, holds all of the timelines and the whole grid of reality at her fingertips, right? You know, there's a lot of jumping timelines and, you know, a lot of stuff like that. But in my book, the first one, I talk about the nothing. And, you know, when we pull all the layers back, there's certain times when we get to the nothing, right? Like when we realize that nothing means anything except for the meaning we give it. There, at some point, you kind of get to the point where it's like, oh, well, nothing means nothing. Like,
right. I love that.
Right?
That too.
Like, and so when you go to the darkness where you feel like, what's the point? You know, what? I don't get it. Like, what's the point of all this? So the only choices you have are to stay there or to start creating meaning. and
Mm-hmm.
you get yourself out of the nothing with every step of creating meaning. So it's not about, oh, this isn't like, oh, I thought I had a purpose and I don't, or why does that matter? That doesn't actually matter. It matters. The reason it matters is because it's going to get you out of the nothing.
All right. And that's what the seamstress.
That's part of it. I mean, that's,
All of the seamstress.
it's all about like meeting the source of who you are.
And where could people find that?
On Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, it's called The Call of the
The
Seamstress.
Call of the Seamstress.
And is it published under your name?
Yes.
Okay.
Christy Beckly. So
All
if
right.
you look up Call of the Seamstress book, I find
Right.
that that's what helps on Amazon, Call of the Seamstress book, and then put
Okay.
my name in there, then yes.
All right. Well, I'm actually going to get a copy myself.
I'm working on an oracle deck, and
Okay.
the second book, which is the Cosmic Mirror.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're a very busy girl. Well, we're soon, in a little bit, we're going to take a commercial. And then when we come back, I want to really talk about your AI project, right? Cover anything and a few more other things, right? Ask a few more questions. Let people really get to know who you are. Because that's really the purpose of this whole program. The Local Wellness Network is to give the public, individuals, an opportunity to see what other individuals are doing, professionals. Because if they're having difficulty with their energy or their thoughts or their whatever, emotions, wellness, whatever, a lot of times they don't know where to go. And so they end up like maybe getting a regular doctor appointment, right? And end up going down a path that there's other options. And so I think you're a great option for someone, especially someone who wants to spark, right? Entrepreneurs who really want to take a dream or into a reality. Was that the best way you describe it from a or
Absolutely. Like visionaries, sometimes it's like there's a fine line between being a visionary and feeling like you're in psychosis sometimes.
Agreed.
You're creating something that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
And you're having to stay like Delulu, right?
Right.
And like having a guide to like understand and like help you like continue to reconnect. Continue to stay on that path of believing like there's a reason why you're wanting to create this. Like, if no other reason than it's for you to get out of the nothing.
Yeah, and that the nothing is going to stay nothing until you create something. Correct?
Yep.
From what I heard.
Yep.
So I really love your insights and then the direction that you're going now. You're also a mother, right?
Yes, I have 3 sons. 7 and 13 and 24.
Do you do any work with parents and helping their children to kind of plant the seed to believing?
I do, and I can. It hasn't necessarily been something that I've put out there and promoted, but I feel like it's really important for, I think, mothers, especially at this time, this lovely, lovely time of midlife right now.
Right.
Where our bodies are changing and our brain chemistry is changing and our hormones, and we're like, wait a minute, like, what about me? And so while, being parents and modeling that, when our kids see us thriving, then they're going to thrive. And I mean, I guess our kids can see us not thriving and still want to thrive. That was my story, but I want to be an example of thriving. So when our kids see us thrive, then and we're out there like making our dreams happen and putting our plans into action, and it's a lot easier for us to guide our kids to do the same because our kids have hopes and dreams too, and helping them navigate that is really important.
I hear you, and I believe that's true because oftentimes, I'm a parent, a mother, right? 4 kids, have been blessed to be a mother substitute mother for many.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I believe that there's kind of a missed opportunity of time where if we had said or done things, I'll say myself, if I had said and done things differently, then I could have educated them differently. Like with addiction, right? I would tell them, alcoholism runs in the family, so be really, really careful about this alcohol, thing, and
Mm-hmm.
it's in your genes, right? And I'd say that. I wish now, and what I've learned is I wish I would have talked to them about addiction in general,
Mm-hmm.
because we're in a time right now where with screens and all the things that are available to them,
Mm-hmm.
that's an addiction. And if we could broaden the whole thing about addiction, then we could help our kids at a much earlier age than when they're 18 or 13, 14, when they're making those kinds of decisions. That's the only reason I asked, because I think the dreams that you're speaking about and taking that spark and turning it into a reality is something that could be taught pretty early on, so that they're not confused, afraid, or don't know what to do.
Agreed, or just let them know about it before it gets away from them, right? And I think that so it's so cool to move into talking about my AI project, because we talk about screens and the addiction and everything that's happening, and the algorithm, right? The algorithm is incredible to me. Like I've never been so excited about something in my whole life, because the way that the algorithm reflects back to us is just like what happens in reality.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So we have now like this technology that's doing to us exactly what happens out in life, and like teaching people that that's what's happening. Like, oh, keep seeing those videos. Mm-hmm. That's because it's a reflection of what you're paying attention to.
Correct.
That's what happens in reality.
Right. That's great. That's a great bridge over.
And we can create these loops. Like we create these loops on technology. We create them out in life. We create them in our everyday reactions. We create them with how we spend our time. And there is no better teaching tool than the algorithm. And so
that's what we're going to talk about when we get back from the commercial, right?
Yes, that's exactly.
Remember that, because that's a great bouncing board right into reality of what people are dealing with. I'm so excited you're doing this program. So let's go ahead and take a commercial. And when we get back, we'll pick up right here where we left off.
Okay, cool.
If you want attention, you need more than an ad. You need a presence. Welcome to WWDBTV, your internet streaming TV station built for business and people. We create high-impact commercials and video podcasts with pro production. Then we help distribute your show where audiences already watch and listen. Your brand, your story. Broadcast ready. On streaming, on social, and beyond. Ready to be seen? Visit WWDBTV.com and book your production today.
Oh, welcome back from that commercial, Christy. This is such a great interview. Do you realize that? You are full of life and energy and information, and I am so pleased to have you here today. And I think that, I know people are going to really get what they didn't even know they were looking for. They're going to get through this interview. So thank you for that. So this AI project that's got you all fired up, and this algorithm and actually bringing it back to people's awareness, that's actually what they're doing, right? What their focus is on. Continue from there, because I'm fascinated.
Okay, so I'm going to start where it started. Okay, so 2010 or so, my son that's 24 now, was 11 or whatever. And he was playing, like he's always been, all my kids are video game kids. So he's playing this video game and he's like getting so mad. He's getting so mad that he can't get this thing. And I was like, and I stopped and I was like, you always get so mad, but like the next time you do it, you beat it. Like you beat it. And I just was sparked by like these kids, they learn so much from video games. Like their brain processes things and they learn how to get through solve problems so quickly. And I was thinking like, oh, gamifying, like we could totally gamify reality, right? Like totally. Like if there were games, my initial idea was to like create an overlay on video games so that it was like the emotional intelligence overlay. So they could still play, you know, GTA or whatever terrible game that nobody wants to keep playing. But you could switch on emotional intelligence mode so that it would give feedback of like, oh, you want to like pillage and crash cars or whatever. Like, what are you feeling right now? Like, what's your goal in the game? You know what I mean? Like, oh, you have to play with intelligence mode on, kiddo, or you can't play, right? So like, because what I've learned like through this whole personal development journey is like having that voice inside of my head that checks in, like, what are you feeling? Like, not just being so into my feelings, but being able to reflect and ask questions and like, why am I doing this? Or like, you know, as the observer, right? Like observer of my own behavior. And so, you know, it was a big feat at that point in time. And then we come now to like AI, the creation of AI. And I was thinking, I was like, oh, it'd be really easy for me to create an app. And then, so that's what I started to do. And I'm creating a tool that overlays what you do on the internet or on your phones, and you can toggle it on whatever, wherever. And it basically shows you the loops that you're in.
Oh.
So it's a way to capture your own algorithm.
Okay.
Because our algorithm is being used against us, right? There's multiple companies, data companies, capturing our algorithm everywhere we go, but we have yet to be able to capture our own.
Wow.
That why?
Good point.
So I'm creating a tool where we capture our own algorithm. We set the standard for what we want our behavior to be, our goals, like we input into that algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And so that we're able to gather the data of the feedback of like, oh, what loop am I in right now? Why do I keep getting this video on TikTok? Like, why do I keep getting the same videos on TikTok about this negative thing that I don't really want to keep having? Because those videos, you know, they slowly draw you in. It's not like just bam, I'm going to show you the most terrible thing ever. It's like it creeps in, right? It knows
Right.
And so it's not about like controlling, like not allowing it. It's, I mean, you can set it, like I'm creating controls so that you can set the, you know, how aggressive you want it to act on your behalf. But it's really about like checking in with you on what's going on for you right now. You know, like, oh, I've noticed you're watching these videos on this subject. What's going on? Because I feel like awareness, it's not just about shutting it down, but being really aware of, it's that emotional intelligence part, right? Like being really aware of what am I feeling right now? And I don't think we have enough tools that check in with us in real time on the behavior or the feelings we're having that's causing the loop that we're in.
Correct.
And so that's the foundation of the tool.
Nice.
So Era, the AI reality architect.
Oh, okay. Era.
Everything that you do across, I mean, you give it however much control you want to give it, right? It's not just like it does whatever you want. But I mean, you know, we can hide from the fact that AI and technology isn't already doing what it wants anyways. So we might as well just be part of it.
Now, yeah, doing it on purpose. Yes. Utilizing it in a way that helps us. So are you, I know, are you at launch stage yet? Where are you at?
So I've built a prototype and I was really getting ready. I was getting it ready in a way that I was applying to Y Combinator, which is a startup incubator that funds your project and mentors you. And so it took a long process for me to not just build it, but also really believe like I belonged there. And I come from such a different background. Like I don't come from a tech background. And so there was a lot of getting over myself and believing in myself, which that's a part of the tool, right? Like that's going to be built into the tool. And so getting it ready to apply for that program was like, took a lot. And then I was rejected, which is fine because I can always, most startups that have applied to Y Combinator have been rejected many times, and then they finally get there. So, but there's also other incubators. So I am still building. I've done the prototype. It's not really something like I can share, like the technology.
No, you can't. I wouldn't want you to anyways, because right now it's still in your developmental stage. I would reframe though rejected into encouraged to continue.
Yes, that's
okay.
Encouraged to refine.
Okay, perfect, right? Yeah. That's more that feels more in alignment with who you are and where you're going.
Yeah, so I'm working on, because I'm such a big picture person. It's hard for me to narrow down like for me, it does all these things, right?
Right.
The tool does, but I have to have one thing that it does that to prove it out. And that's what they want to see. And so that's how I'm going to reapply the next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like, it's like
that here, like funnel down, right?
Yeah. It's like Amazon, right? Like it was going to, like if they would have went into it saying it's going to disrupt e-commerce, right? Everybody's like, oh yeah, right. We don't even know what e-commerce is yet. But then they whittled it down to like, well, let's just prove this out with books. Right. And so that's kind of like where I have to narrow my focus for applying for Y Combinator, and really just to get the word out there. But I have I'm launching, I create a whole funnel, like a whole storyline funnel with like videos and like how it helps like moms with kids that play video games or moms that help. So the tool is, the tool is similar to like, do you know what Bark is?
No.
So Bark is a tool that parents use to kind of monitor their kids' digital, whatever they do, and like to alert them to like dangers and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's kind of along those lines, but it's a lot more robust in like the features and being able to, what it actually does. Like I like to think like, oh, if your kid is playing video games, but they also need to learn Spanish, like you could have like this AI bot in the game, like, okay, you can play this, but we're going to play it in Spanish.
Oh, nice.
We're going to play it in a way that teaches you Spanish. You can't get past a certain point unless you know this phrase or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, I play in the woo-woo world. I'm out there spiritual. I walk, like I said, I walk in both worlds. I can build funnels. I can, write emails and help people with their marketing. And that's when I say, like, I love helping people build, because I can help them from the belief stage to the creative, through the creative stage to the actual, like, hey, let's make this like a real thing.
Good. I call that hybrid.
Yeah.
It's a little both, right? Like
multidimensional. Yes.
Going on, right? And so, I see. Well, congrats on that, and keep that one developing. And I guess that's kind of one of the reasons I asked you about the parenting question, maybe just intuitively, right? Was that I can see that our children need support in the technological area that brings awareness to what they're creating in the future, which is not just their jobs and careers, it's the person they're going to be. Mm-hmm. And so I just think that if we can continue, like yourself and others, to bring that awareness to them, well, we'll have a different future.
Yeah, I really feel like, the combination of understanding how technology mimics how we create reality energetically. That's really what technology is. It's a mimic of
it is, and we're teaching it actually
of the reality of creation. And I think it's really important to be able to tell the difference between the mimic and the real energy, right? And that's part of the intuitive work too. Like that's part of like really understanding and knowing yourself and how you interpret things and how you create meaning, because it's really easy right now for technology to hijack it. And instead of being scared of it, we just need to be able to learn to work with it, because it's not going anywhere.
Right.
We can't hide out. There's nowhere to hide. Sorry. There's nowhere to hide. So we really have to get good at owning that we are our own reality architect. We create our own reality. That's not like some cute little meme or woo-woo spiritual weirdo thing. Like we really do. And we have to be able to own that.
And having a transformational guide is a perk, and it gives an advantage too, because guiding someone in the right direction is educating and hand-holding and supporting them, right? So I
Until
just
they can do it themselves, right? Like my ultimate goal is becoming a guide until I can, on the journey of teaching you how to be your own guide.
I
Like I
love
don't
that.
want anybody to be forever dependent on me being their guide. Like that's not the point. The
Yeah.
point is like teaching people how to be their own guide and how to read their own signs and how to navigate their own world and create their own reality. I don't want to create anyone else's reality but my own.
Yeah, what and yours though can act as the map or the guide for
Yeah.
others, because in the work we do, right? We get people that are drawn to us not because of the book we read or the course we took. It's the life we lived. And that speaks more than any of the others. I'm not discounting the others, but I'm saying we're going to draw people to us because we actually have lived and experienced it. And we teach from a place inside ourselves that says, you know, I believe in you. You got to believe in you.
I just think people are so cool, and like nothing excites me more. I mean, you know, I don't want to say that because like everyone's excites me. I think everyone's beautiful, whether they realize their own power or not. However, I do believe that the more we realize our own power, it's just that spark just keeps going. Like I don't feel like I'm able to spark everybody on the earth, right? Like
they have to want to be sparked.
They have to want to be sparked, but there's some people that I'm going to spark that those people can reach people that I can't. And that's the beautiful part. Is like, you know, I can't help everyone, but I, you know, there are people that are going to resonate just like with me. There's people that have resonated for me more than others. And I just want to touch the lives that I can and have fun along the way. Like none of this has to be heavy or scary or any of that. Like it's fun. And there's a whole lot of fun in us. And when I first started my business, it was more to life because
oh yeah, I remember.
There's always more to life. Like no matter where we get to, whether we're at the bottom or the top, there's always more. There's more to life. There's more to us. There's more to the universe. There's more to God. Like, you know,
so much more.
So much more.
What are you the most proud of so far?
My family.
Okay.
My family.
Good.
My boys. Being a leader, just, you know, that's my favorite. Just the life that I never thought that I would have. Like as a kid, I never thought that I would have the life that I have right now. Like have a loving husband that supports me, a healthy relationship, a healthy marriage, have a healthy relationship with my kids. My son was just singing with School of Rock last week, you know, and my other son is doing internet security, and my little one is just the sweetest little sweetie pie there is, you know, and it's just, that's what I'm proud of, just getting to live this life.
You do have like a little bit of you in all of them, don't you? It's kind of fun to watch. So I think it's great. But what would your ultimate legacy be?
Who?
Have you started to give any thought to that?
I have. It's so big, you know. It switches, and I'm just now feel like I'm starting to integrate it because, like, I'll go into my technology, you know, my spiritual technologist phase, and then I'm in my woo-woo phase, and I'm in my coach phase, and I'm like in my I don't want to do any of it phase.
Honest.
And I, you know, it's like I just want to hang out at home with my kids and not care about any of that. But I do, you know, it's what brings me out. So my legacy, you know, era is amazing. Just like being able to, like, as we move into this technology, like we're already here, the future is here. There is technology that is coming that, you know, if we don't have a way to capture our own algorithm, it's just really important that we do, you know, with brain computer technology and all this stuff, like, you know, not to, like, I'm not trying to scare anybody, like, because that doesn't do any good. I think that we, no matter what, as humans, like, we adapt, right? There's always an answer. So, but with Era, like, I'm really excited about being able to make the impact and give people their power, you know, not give them their power, but like help them reclaim their power over technology and stop being so afraid of it.
Well, Era sounds like your legacy.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that, and for your commitment to stay with it, even through times when you thought, you know, what am I doing, or how can I do this? And you stayed.
It's a big world out there, you know, it's such a big world, and I'm gonna just do my best to not be afraid of it.
Well, I want, and the reason that I asked you here, you know, this is the beginning for the Local Wellness Network, right? It's kind of my legacy project. And I started thinking about who would I want to feature as a guest in the beginning, right? And you came up and I was like, yeah, that's perfect. So I thank you for coming and sharing with others. And I want others to be able to contact you and grow with you and be a part of your legacy, because I think I know you've got something. The bridge, the hybrid, the model, the connecting the two is absolutely needed, and the direction that that we're going to need stronger leaders in, and you're one of them. So,
well, thank you.
Yeah, and so we're going to be closing up. I want people to know that they can see this show at WWDBTV. We can see it on YouTube. And I'd like for you to share your contact information with our guests before we go.
So you can find me. I have offerings if you want to book an appointment with me on the Stan store. So it's stan.com/Christy Lee Beckly.
Say it again. Stan what?
Stan.com.
Stand up?
Stan.
STAN.com.
Okay. /Christy Lee Beckly.
Okay. Well, if they're anything like me, you just said it way too fast in the beginning.
Sorry. And I'm Christy Lee Beckly on all my socials. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And then your book, you can go get her book, Call of the Seamstress, on Amazon, and put in Call of the Seamstress book on Amazon so you find it, right? And then watch for her other two books, or the next book, and then your oracle cards, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have those coming out. And then also for her app to hit the market. And when it does, make sure you know she's the one you want to call to keep you informed.
I have a wait list funnel that's almost done. So there'll be a wait list soon. So you can be one of the first users of Era.
All right. Well,
it's a new era.
Era. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. All right. And thank you to all the guests and people who are watching.
Yes. Thank you so much. And I really wish you so well on with your local wellness network, and for anyone that watches on your wellness journey. There's so many people out there, so many great resources. So don't give up and just stay excited about learning about yourself.
Perfectly said. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Local Wellness Network. If today's conversation resonated with you, we invite you to connect with our guests, explore upcoming shows, and become part of a growing community focused on whole person wellness. You'll find links, resources, and ways to stay connected at our website, localwellnessnetwork.com. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other.